Metallica's Black album. I've not listened to this before, but I'm gonna review it anyway because my phone is dead and I cannot look up the request list, so I'm just thinking what was requested again. And I could think of a few acts, but not all of them. So, but Metallica was one act that was requested, and their Black album is requested by, I believe Robert I. I believe so, and otherwise Rock Do, one of the two. But I believe Robert I, so there we go. Yeah, this album is really well known. It's the most popular metal album ever by the most popular metal band ever, Metallica. Yeah, I like the album, but it's definitely not the first four. I love the first four albums. I like. I still think the Black album is pretty good, but it's not Metallica really. It's more of a toned down, commercialized Metallica, which it's still good, but it's not what it used to be really. We have 12 tracks on there, and I really don't have to had to listen to it because I just really know it that well. We have of course the first track, which is Enter Sandman, and I like this track. It's really iconic. I really don't have to talk about this track, but it's a really well-known track. It's a Metallica staple. I believe their most popular song, so there we go as well. It's good, but yeah, I just heard it too much. It's far from my favorites because it's so overrated, and yeah, just this song is. It's alright, it's a good opener, it's the most catchiest one, so there we go. Then we get Sad But True. This is a really catchy song. We have of course the opening, the dun, 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 dun. That fantastic riff by James Hetfield is just really catchy. James and Kirk of course. I believe James does the beginning riff and Kirk Hammett later does the solo, which is great I think. The opening riff is really great. The dun, 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 just the main riff is really catchy as well. Probably my favorite riff of this entire thing. I think it's really great. It's fantastic. Yeah, this song is just really great. I think, and it's a classic. Then we get Holier Than How, the third track, and this is also alright. It's a bit more chaotic in places. It's still a good song, but I think definitely the first two is where it's at. Holier Than How is still a good follow-up, but I think the songwriting is a bit weaker, the song overall is a bit weaker, and this song in general has a bit less staying power, so I think that is kind of is a weaker track, but still is a captivating one. Then we get the Unforgiven, which is Dave Mustaine's favorite song of the album. If you didn't know that. Yeah, and this is I think my favorite as well because, like Dave said, it has really interesting songwriting on it. That it has really different and diverse instruments playing on it. The vocals are really dark, are really twisted. What I know, what I have, what I need, the Unforgiven, something like that. I'm not the biggest expert on lyrics, but this track is still really dark. It's still really brooding. It still keeps you captivated because it's such an interesting song. Yeah, this song is it's my favorite. I really love it. I agree with Dave. Yeah, there's just so many classic songs of this album, and this is certainly one of them. Wherever I'm in Rome has a really great opening to it, 6 minutes and 44 seconds, which makes it one of the longest songs. Yeah, this song is also really great. I love the opening of the song. How did it go again? The Egyptian inspired opening, the uh, yeah, how do you say that? The Egyptian like, you know, opening, which sounds really, you know, dreamy, atmospheric, really atmospheric to Egypt, which, you know, is a country I love. So there we go. I really love that opening, which just sounds, you know, epic, Egyptian-like, and then we get into the main song with that same riff, dun, 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 wherever I I may roam. Just the vocals by James Hetfield are just, you know, yeah, as always, and they, you know, they as well, you know, they as well are just great on this track. They, you know, keep you captivated. They keep you interested into the song because it's almost 7 minutes. We get a whammy-like guitar solo towards the centerpiece of the song. It breaks down a few times. So this is a really diverse song. I really love it. So yeah, it's a great track. Don't Treadle Me is alright. It's not the best song overall. It's still, you know, alright in places, but I think The Unforgiven and Wherever I May Roam are really interesting songs. Just really did it for me, and I don't have the same feeling with Don't Treadle Me. Through the Never is a really, it's kind of like Holier than how it's all over the place. It's really chaotic in places. It's still good, but it's, yeah, kind of, you know, one of those songs that it's kind of weird. It's kind of, you know, crazy all over the place. It's not. I'm not the biggest fan of those kind of songs. So yeah. Kirk Hammett wrote it as well, so that should say enough. You know, no offense to Kirk Hammett, but I'm just not. Yeah. How am I gonna say this? I just prefer the Lars Ulrich and James Hetfield songwriting. If I'm honest, you know, they write all the time, so there we go. Nothing Else Matters is a really popular song. It's kind of like, you know, Enter Sandman in popularity, you know, not in song quality. It's kind of the same. It's not really interesting. It's still alright for, you know, a Black Album song, but I just really feel like, you know, this song is just so overblown and just so overdone that I just cannot imagine that it is done by a heavy metal band, you know, by the guys that did Master of Puppets and Ride the Lightning, that they have some sort of, you know, ballady type of song. I still like the song. I still, you know, dig the length, 6 minutes and 28 seconds. So that is a good thing. But yeah, you can kind of compare. You can kind of compare it with Stairway to Heaven, which, you know, I should not recommend. But it's kind of, you know, the same thing. You still can dig the song. You still can appreciate what is, you know, given to you. But you've just heard it so many times that you're just so done with this song. And that is exactly my feeling with this. Can appreciate it, but just heard it too many times, like Enter Sandman. Of Wolf and Man is a really catchy song. This is not really too interesting, but the hooks are catchy, the riffs are solid. The song overall is a bit bland, I would say, because, you know, you have the same patterns, the same things that are, you know, being done on the album, which makes it a bit of a dull listen, you know. That is the main thing why I don't love the Black Album, because it's so toned down, you know. It's just not really Metallica for me. It's just, you know, the guys that do the same riffs and the same, you know, verse, chorus, bridge. Not exactly like that, but it's kind of feels like that in ways. And Wolf and Man is one of the finest examples that you can find. The God That Failed is I believe a fan favorite. Yeah, I believe actually that CKN has this on his top 10 Metallica songs ever. I wouldn't go that far, but the song is still brooding. It reminds me a bit of The Unforgiven, which makes it a pretty good song. But overall, this song is really interesting. It's dark, it's brooding, like The Unforgiven. The vocals by James are really solid. And I just like the overall atmosphere of the song. So this is a great pick by CKN. If I would, you know, make a top 10 Metallica songs, I probably would throw The Unforgiven on there. Or maybe The God That Failed, one of the two. Yeah, my two favorite of the album, I must say that. Yeah, and then we get And then we get My Friend of Misery, and this is also a really interesting song. This is the longest song of the album, 6 minutes and 49 seconds. This is like a bit similar to A Wolf and Man. You know, it has just the same patterns to it, the same verse chorus to it. It's not too difficult, it's not too diverse, it's pretty, you know, digestible for fans. But I just like, you know, the vocal performances are really on fire, just really spot on by James, and just the entire band chemistry is really high on this track. It's not too special, you know, it's a bit too long, it's almost 7 minutes long, which it shouldn't be because it's, you know, kind of the same song over and over and over again. So I think the song length is good, but not good in the same way, because I like long songs, but this song is stretched out, so yeah, that's kind of my problem here. And then we got The Struggle Within, which has some really catchy, you know, guitar riffs. Yeah, I'm kind of mixed about James' vocals on here. I still like them, but they're kind of all over the place. The riffs are interesting. Well, not really interesting, but they're catchy, they stay in your head. The drum patterns by Lars are pretty cool, and the bass by Jason can be heard actually on what was the song called again? Yeah, My Friend of Misery. You can actually hear his bass on My Friend of Misery. You can hear it on Enter Sandman if you really listen good. Yeah, you can hear it on the album. It's better produced than the Injustice album. But this song is still not the most interesting. You know, if you have The Golden Field and My Friend of Misery is pretty interesting. Wherever I May Roam and The Unforgiven are pretty great. So this album overall is pretty good. It has some really great songs on it, but nothing is a, you know, masterpiece. I have to say that. Nothing is a Master of Puppets, nothing is a Fade to Black, a Ride the Lightning, a Creeping Death. That's basically half of that record, so that only proves how great the record is. But yeah, this is still a really catchy song, it's still really great. But I'm just not the biggest fan of the Black album. I still dig it, but you know, it's not my favorite as well. So I'm gonna give this album a 8 point, what should I give it? Yeah, something with an 8. 8 points. I'm gonna give it an 8.6. I still really dig it, but yeah, this is definitely, you know, not the Metallica that you're used to. You're really used to the first 4 albums that are just the best. This is still pretty good. It still has some really great songs on it, but overall it's not what they used to be. It's kind of a bit of a former shell of itself. But still, it's the most sold metal album ever, so somebody is listening. Yeah, so let me know what you think about Metallica's Black Album. I didn't even listen to it because it's just such a, you know... I think I've listened to it twice or 3 times in the last month. And I remember it exactly now because it's such a, you know... it's such an easy digestible album. You've heard it, you know, once and you basically heard it all, you know. That is a bit, you know, my problem with Metallica, that you really can hear them once, or exactly, you know, the Black Album. You just have to listen to it once and you've heard it all. And, you know, that's at least for me. There's not really a lot of replay value, not a lot of interesting messages played throughout this track. It's just mainly... you know, from start to finish, you know, not really thinking about some really great messages, or yeah, of course great messages, but not really interesting playing, so you want to, you know, repeat the album. I don't really have that feeling with this, with Metallica in general, but especially their self-titled release. So that was my review of Metallica's self-titled, aka the Black Album. Let me know what you think about it. This is requested by Robert I think. I guess so. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you want me to review next in the next video. I will listen to that and I will review it, of course. So let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.